Immunisation outcomes and selecting schedules. To open the IM screen, you can choose the Immunisation tab within the Patient Manager. If you would like to open it individually, just press the Function F4 key and that opens it individually. So does using the Immunisations icon from your toolbar if you have it. To record an immunisation event, if you want to show that the 6-week immunisation has been given, then you would come into the Immunisation Schedule tab 1. Just double click to open that up and it will show you, it'll default to having the outcome as given. You would then need to enter in the site and the batch number and a batch expiry. These are the mandatory fields we talked about before, and the batch expiry can go in there. Also ensure that the auto bill is ticked so that the claim's generated. So that shows you the first part of the vaccine that was given. Then it's a matter of clicking on next. It takes you down to the next part of that, which is the new. This one's no longer available, so it automatically defaults to have an outcome of alternative given. If we click next again, you then choose which one it is that you recorded that you've actually given that child. So is it the conjugate 7, conjugate 10 or the conjugate 13? So if I go next again, it will take me to the conjugate 10 and I can have that as given, and what it then does is crosses out the ones that weren't given. So if I click OK now, it's telling me I've got some missing information here, and that is that I haven't recorded the vaccination site, batch number and batch expiry for the pneumococcal. So I'll come back to there and I will put in the site for that. Choose this one here and the batch number. It's always good to put in the missing fields here to save you work later on. Otherwise it's going to give you messages telling you these things are missing. So I'm going to put in the batch expiry and choose OK and click OK here. So now you see in this screen that it's showing me that this was given, the DTaP was given, and the date that it was given. It's showing me that this one there was an alternative given to that one that's not available anymore, and that this Conj 10 was given on this date. Okay. Other options that you have when you're giving outcomes for vaccines are, if we double click once again, the 3-month. That's a group vaccine, so it brings up both parts of that. And the 3-month vaccine, we've got options of the outcome that you want to give. You can say that perhaps they've declined this one. So they've declined that because it was declined by medical contraindications. You could say that it was declined because by the parent or declined by individual. You can also give other outcomes such as non-responder. Also, if you ever want to, you can just close it by provider because it may not be necessary. But you can also say that it's been rescheduled. So for some reason the child has gone away or they're sick or something, so we could say rescheduled. If ever you do that outcome, then you need to always put a reason in. So why was it rescheduled? Rescheduled by the individual or by contraindications or referred to a provider. Now that's giving reasons for the rescheduling this particular one. If you ever want to reschedule the next recall, that refers to up here. So we're giving the 3-month and then the 5-month recall. If you're rescheduling that, then you need to give a reason for that also up here. Now just selecting schedules, if you come into the 3rd tab of the immunisation screen, this is where you can choose a different schedule for the child. They would automatically come on to the 2011 schedule. There's also other things you can do if they were late for their first dose, or if they're a baby of a Hep B positive mother. You would take them off one schedule and put them on another.